Law and Ordinance may sound like a new TV spin-off, but it's really an important part of your insurance policy coverage. If you have a claim, and it can impose a heavy financial burden if you are not properly covered. Here with more on what you need to know about your insurance policy is Dick Tutwiler, founder and CEO of Tutwiler Associates. Great to have you back.
Thank you.
So what do property owners need to know about law and ordinance?
Law and ordinance, to me, that's the big elephant in the room that's present, and people don't understand how that works. And very simply, we have all these properties that have been built along the coastline primarily, and they have been grandfathered in when they were originally built, but if they get damaged to 50% of their value, then the building department is not going to let them fix it, and that becomes a law and ordinance issue, and they say you must bring your property up to current building code, which if it's impacted by flood and wind or a combination of both of those, it still requires you to elevate your house. This became a hot topic back after Hurricane Charlie in '04, that people were, faced with this, and the legislature required insurance companies that are domiciled in the state, that are what we call admitted carriers, to offer law and ordinance coverage, or you would have to reject it. And some people, they don't understand it, and oftentimes it's rejected. It is so very critical, particularly if you're in a flood zone, that you have law and ordinance coverage. As we've seen in Superstorm Sandy up there.
You call it superstorm, not just hurricane.
Superstorm Sandy flooded all of Long Island, Manhattan, all throughout up in that northeastern quarter. And these homes had 2-3 feet of water in them, and they thought, well, we can fix them, we can dry it out and put new drywall and so forth in.
Sure.
But law and ordinance people came out, you're in a flood zone, you're going to have to elevate these houses, or you're going to have to tear them down and build new houses. Now, one distinction with the flood program is they have very limited coverage for law and ordinance, and it requires you to incur the cost first before they'll pay it. And that is a big, big burden for people, because they have to come out of pocket in addition to their deductibles to fund that in order to get it paid back. Same thing with our Florida policies, in which the coverages can be more than flood, but it still is an incurred cost that the homeowner has to incur it and then go back to the insurance company with their handout and say, would you please pay me back all these thousands of dollars under my law and ordinance coverage.
That does not seem fair.
It doesn't, but that's the way it works. And it's a huge, huge elephant in the room in Florida that people just really have not had to deal with it to any degree.
So as Florida residents, we should all have this law and ordinance, do you think?
Absolutely.
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 Okay.
And more than less, because there's different segments that you can buy up to 50% of the value of the house.
And even if it's a new house, definitely?
Well, if it's a new house, hopefully it's been built to the current code and it is elevated, so you shouldn't have to deal with it. But even older homes that, whatever the new code, the building code requires, that's where law and ordinance kicks in. So it's important that people understand it and have it. Hopefully a new home, you're good, and it's just a matter of the insurance company paying you whatever the replacement cost of your loss is.
Good thing you're around to help people get through all of this. For more property claim advice, you can visit publicadjuster.com/claim tips or give them a call, 800-321-4488. Dick Tutwiler, thank you again.
Thank you.
Daytime will be right back.